Hey guys, Beef and Clueless Gamers, backtrack to Supergirl Season 2, Episode 1, The Adventures of Supergirl. So, I am going to be, regularly reacting to Supergirl this year. I did the crossover last year, and that was basically it. I'm not going to say too much about Season 1, because if anyone's interested, I have a Supergirl kind of Dylan-style review coming. It's almost done. It's taking a little longer than I thought it would, but it's coming at the end of the week, so this reaction is going to be first. So it'll be a little weird, but it'll still get out. You're smart enough, you'll understand what I'm saying. But last season, liked it. There's definitely a little bit of campiness to it, maybe because it was on CBS, maybe just because it's a hopeful, brighter show in Supergirl. But I enjoyed the characters, especially of Kara, of Alex. We got Martian Manhunter on the show, was great. I think Jimmy needs some work. Wynn's basically our Cisco on the show, so I can't wait for them to meet now that they're all in the same CW universe. And yeah, I think the villains had their moments here and there, but could have been better. Cat Grant was awesome for the most part. Not so much kind of people like Lucy or Siobhan, but now Lucy runs the DEO with John Jones, so that'll be really cool there. Also, I avoid all previews and all these other trailers, but obviously no one avoided that Superman is going to appear in this episode and is in the season, which was one of my big things that I wanted for Season 2. I kind of understood why they stayed away from him in Season 1. It got to the point of ridiculous sometimes of like showing his boots and he's knocked out for that whole time. But anyway, I'll save that for the review. But I'm excited. From the photos I've seen, he looks kind of like a classic Superman with Tyler Hoechlin or whatever the guy's name is. I think he's like from Teen Wolf or something. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And I think the other big point is it's moved from CBS to CW. So in real life, it's moved from LA to Vancouver. So I'm interested to see if the city looks the same, are our effects, is the budget is probably going to be lower. How is that going to look? If Flash can do it, I think Supergirl can figure out, even though she definitely has a lot more powers than Flash, I think they can figure it out. So without further ado, guys, here we go. Could have just had her open it up and it was just CW. Alright, so they kind of extended that scene before they landed to catch the pod. City looks for the most part good. You can tell there's a little bit different effects. Alright, who's in the pod, people? Is it Superboy?
Oh my god.
Maybe? Kind of looks like a Superboy. Alright, I like the logo. Cool, very cool. Ah, they move.
Wait. This has always been here with the glass and the views and you made me fight to every day?
Several facilities, Kara.
That's a good way of explaining the network changes probably for set design.
Hey sis, you knew about this place too? Yeah, it's like a block from my apartment. It's kind of like the old place, maybe better.
Ah!
Where's the man?
It's a little bit of a dig there at CBS.
With a bunch of rich people in a rocket ship seeking existential answers to their meaningless lives.
Oh, I missed you, Kat.
It's nighttime. How many hours do you think I slept last night, Kira?
2. Ha! Got it. Oh, God. For a second, I thought she was naked. Don't wear skin-colored dresses. You scare me. It's like this isn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's gotta make getting ready so convenient for her, for Barry. Like, it's so quick. This is where we're gonna get our introduction to Superman. He's gonna save this craft. Kind of BVS-like. Yep, apparently so. Yep, here comes the plane. It's coming down, and this is where Superman and Supergirl are gonna come in, right? Or Supergirl's gonna go to save it, and then Superman joins her. Something like that. Yep, here we go.
I understand, Mr. White.
Perry White.
That's right.
He's talking to Perry White. And he hung up on him. That's great. He's the bubbling nerd that Clark Kent should be. And now he's the superhero that he should be. Say, go get him, Superman. Yeah. Yes. Does it look good? It looks good. The city looks good. They did a good job. It's a lot of video effects. Go out there, Kara. Meet your cousin. Alright. I'm in. I'm down. Paid billions of dollars to build these jets, and you can't build a proper engine here, NASA? Yeah. It's good to see you two on the show. Cool. That's cool. Teaming up together. Yes. Intelligence with your superpowers. It's a big ass ship, man. If they're like this big next to it, it's a big ship.
That was awesome. I mean, it was terrible, but it was awesome. We've never saved anything together.
I know.
Cool.
I've to this moment. The two of us teaming up.
Me too.
I usually say hi.
Me too.
There you go.
Way to go, Supergirl.
That's Superman.
I used to change his diapers. No way.
Not exactly sure you have to tell him
No,
that.
I think I really do.
There you go. The little bit of lightness into the show. They're not brooding. They're the nice, friendly, happy characters that they should be. That's what I enjoy. That was very cool.
Just want to thank you all for your hard work protecting Earth.
That is so Superman.
When Lex Luthor set off the earthquake in California, did you gauge the focal depth with your X-ray vision?
Breathe.
Lex Luthor exists in this universe. Very cool.
Your cousin smells terrific. Yeah.
That is messed up, Alex. Practically all family.
Sorry, that was.
Oh my God, Clark.
You really have that klutzy thing down, don't you?
Yeah, no, that was actually real.
He acts so much like himself that that's who he became. There you go, him and Jimmy.
It's good to see you, buddy.
They have a handshake.
Excuse me.
Maybe she doesn't like Clark. I know she don't like Lois.
Lois and I are great. We're still going strong.
That's cool. They're together.
Still hung up on Superman?
You know, I'd say that she has room in her life for both of us.
Well, that's modern.
No, not that.
How would you like to
Not that kind of thinking. He's good.
Grant seemed a little
She's totally different around Clark.
For him. She actually sent him a drunk text once. It was floored.
No.
Oh my God.
Lena Luthor.
Ah,
Lex's sister.
so it is a Luthor.
But Lex can't be involved in this. He's in prison. Congrats, by the way.
Yeah.
Ah, Lex is in prison in this universe. He's gonna kill that guy.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Yep. And there he goes. Alright, so this guy's got a drone.
Yeah, the ship didn't explode. Superman and Supergirl saved it. I'm switching to Plan B. Have I ever let the Luthers down?
Alright. So it was the Luthers, because this guy is working with the Luthers. Very cool that you don't have to actually cast the actors, but we can expand the universe. I like that very much.
It wasn't always. I was adopted when I was 4.
Okay, so she's not a bloodline Luthor.
Trying to make a name for herself outside of her family.
I don't believe it for a second.
Understand that?
You're a Luthor.
Yeah.
Don't get it. Of course, Kara will get it, but I don't believe it. So I think Kara's gonna more appeal to her and trying to understand what it's like to separate, yourself from your famous relative. But Clark doesn't trust Luthers.
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Lois!
How's Cara?
Holy shit!
I'm being careful. I miss you too. I love you. Bye.
Ah, this is awesome.
All I know is that being Kara is just as important as being Supergirl.
There you go. Give her this family advice. I love it.
Come here.
Really nice.
This is what I want.
Trust yourself.
Yes.
Listen to your heart. If things are right with James, you'll know it.
Oh my God. If he comes back even every 5 episodes, I'll be so happy. Moments like that are just
I don't want
perfect.
you.
Started heaving. Passed out.
Kryptonite.
It was kryptonite.
I named it that.
Oh wow, John gave it the name. The city skyline doesn't look bad. It definitely looks a little bit different, but for the most part they have the most glass buildings and things like that. It looks good. Ooh, and he's gonna try to blow him up. I have a feeling Kara's gonna have to say something about that. There we go. Cool. I am enjoying this very much. Clark. Cool. Yes. Very Superman. Heroes. There you go. He even gives a wink.
We're moving back to Gotham.
No, I think this is better than Gotham. Trust me, Gotham is terrible.
That's what you wanted.
It was.
But now, we switch networks and I don't want it anymore.
Like into the lake?
No, dive into it.
Standing on the shore, afraid to dive into the new
Exactly.
waters, and you're afraid.
You're afraid of the relationship, you're afraid of the new job, do it. That's a good speech.
Miss Grant.
Exactly. Thank you, Miss Grant.
Powers.
There we go. That was a great speech that she gave her. That's what she's afraid of. She's afraid of diving into all these things. Tell Jimmy you want him. You know you do. Stop being so scared you're gonna mess it up. Get the job. Any job that you want here, and go for it. It's okay. Take a chance.
John Corbin, international assassin for hire.
Oh shit! Isn't that Metallo?
Genocide in Khartoum.
John Corbin's Metallo, isn't he?
Somebody high profile killed. This is the guy to hire.
Oh my god, are we getting Metallo on the show?
Here, I can't be a part of what you do.
That's fair. But you gotta understand both sides. What if he were ever to go rogue? Look at all the other Kryptonians that were involved last year. He kind of needs it. Oh, and there it is on cue. It's just like, lady, when they're trying to kill you twice, just don't go in the public a third time. Carr even warned you.
One weak spot, just like that perfectly placed shot to take out the Death Star.
Oh, fuck, Alex, get out of it. There you go. What if her and May ever met? I know that will never, ever happen, but it would be kind of cool. There you go. Now he visioned it together. Yes. Good work. The effect is different on the heat vision, but I still like it. Alright, well, I still wouldn't go in that building. I would get some structural engineers in here to make sure we're good. Oh, damn. Lena Luthor straight up trying to murder someone. Ah.
I had help.
Maybe this is what causes John Corbin to get his Metallo upgrades because he's about to die. It was, I think, an accident that caused that in the first place, and Lex Luthor helped him out. Maybe it happens again. How cool would it be if we get, I don't think it'll happen, but how cool would it be if we get a Lex Luthor on this show this season? That'd be great.
I hope this isn't the last time we talk. I hope not either.
Yeah, I doubt it. Especially that you're based in National City, aren't you?
Better, more confidence.
There you go. Follow in your cousin's footsteps in a smart way.
Because it will definitely push me out of my comfort zone.
Exactly.
This is it.
People won't question when you go to dangerous
My
places.
calling.
Done.
Open it.
Is that what Kat suggested for her as well?
Does this guy resonate?
You inspire me, Kara.
Hey, look at that.
I can see the hero within you.
In more ways than one.
Now get out and make me proud.
They've had some good moments.
Thank you, Miss Grant.
Don't ruin it. Just walk out. You got
You
a compliment?
really good at
Wonder what she's thinking about. Is she thinking about leaving?
Miss Tess.
That's got to be hard for the both of them, especially Jimmy. He's the one that kind of got thrown to the side here. But hey, if they're both not in it, then they shouldn't be together.
Or what is it, Jean or Martian Manhunter? What's the protocol?
It's Hank.
We'll do just fine.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
John.
god. I'm glad he's joining the DEO.
It's good to have you officially on the team.
Oh, I was
About damn time.
In a way.
Oh my goodness. This is great. Are we gonna get our Supergirl teaser? There we go. Classic. Is it John becoming Metallo?
Welcome to Cadmus.
Alright, so we're in Cadmus. And maybe Cadmus creates Metallo? Yeah?
John Corbin dies today.
And Metallo's born, say it.
Long live Metallo.
Yes! Yes! Thank you, Supergirl. I had no idea that was coming. That is awesome. Alright guys, so that was my reaction there to Season 2, Episode 1 of Supergirl, The Adventures of Supergirl. I'm gonna make this super quick because I have to go to class in like 20 minutes. So, yes, I am wearing an Avengers shirt. I felt like wearing it. Don't kill me in the comments. This was a great episode. Really enjoyed it. It was the classic Superman that I've read about as a kid. Not that I hate Henry Cavill's Superman, it's just that it's nice departure from the dark broodingness of now the normal moments of the character. What makes Superman Superman is saving the, the civilians, the little people. I'm not saying that, I'm not making direct comparisons to the movie universe, so don't get an argument below. I'm just saying in this, just seeing those moments, seeing the happy moments of him interacting with his family and the jokes he makes and him being Clark Kent and being kind of joyful, but also kind of has this, steel plating, where, for him as Clark Kent, where he didn't believe Lena Luthor's bullshit at first and things like that. So that was great. I understand his argument, his, quarrel with John Jones, with Hank there, whatever you want to call him. However, I think they both need to see reason. I think Hank needs to understand why Clark is hesitant, but I also think that Clark has to be a little more accepting in the sense that you saw all these Kryptonians that tried to take over National City and the planet last year. There's other Kryptonians landing everywhere. There's one unconscious there in the DEO. You don't know what these people could do. Even Supergirl went crazy last year, and they tried to use green kryptonite on her, use red kryptonite. They used green kryptonite first on Bizarro and things like that. So I think he has to be a little more reasonable in that, but I understand that. Mellow points, I would say, this episode, or, if I had to go main points of this episode, I would have said first, obviously, Superman in the show. The second one I would go is Lena Luthor. Think she was great, and the Luthors in general. Just to see the Luthors exist in this universe. Lex is in prison. Hopefully he can get out at some point. I don't trust her entirely. She kind of reminds me of Maxwell Lord that we didn't see in this episode, so I'm interested to see how that is going forward. A third point I would definitely say here is Metallo, John Corbin, just because I'm so excited for him. I had no idea he was coming on the show. I knew Superman was coming. No idea John Corbin was. So crazy that, Cadmus is going to make him into Metallo. Can't wait for that. Hopefully he's a recurring villain. That maybe, Clark will, in this universe, Clark didn't know who he was. Even though at first when he went up to the screen he was staring at it, I was like, does he know who he was? But no, he hasn't been created in this universe. So he hasn't had battles with him like Reactron or whatever his name was in episode 3. He had battles with that character, Superman did, not Metallo. So it'd be really cool seeing that going forward. Hopefully we get the whole Kryptonite heart and everything. Obviously, it's very effects heavy, so they'll probably have to work ways around it, but I'm super excited for that. Yeah, and I would say, I guess a fourth point would be James and Kara. It was kind of a little melodrama forced, but I also understand it in a way that they were definitely the weak point for me last season, and kind of maybe the CW recognized that and moving on from that, hey, we're just friends, we need other love interests. I'm cool with that. I would have been cool with them staying together, even though I never thought they had much chemistry together, so I'm cool with the decision there. I don't really have a problem with that at all. He was kind of only relegated to that position, and obviously seeing Clark, they have a handshake and everything, was really cool. Fifth point, there's a lot of points in this episode, Cat Grant. Interesting to see what she's going to do at the end there. Does that mean she's leaving the show in Catco? I don't think so, but I do know that the actress lives in LA and this is filmed in Vancouver now, so I don't know, maybe this is a way of writing her out of the show. I really hope not, because I love her. So it'll be interesting to see how that is going forward, how she handles a new assistant, if she's staying around on the show, how she interacts with Kara as a reporter, and probably the push and pull they're going to have about reporting stories, and Kat thinks it's not a good idea, and Kara thinks this is well worth, reporting, and, Kat saying that you don't have enough experience, so if she stays around, I think we're going to see a lot of that going forward. It's nice to see her kind of melt almost in a way when Clark Kent showed up, also showing that disdain that she has for Lois, which was really cool. Also a nod to that Clark and Lois are live well and together in this universe, which was, all awesome things here. And then I would say, as I know there's a lot of main points, for a final main point, a sixth main point, I would say the overall, and Wynn was great in the episode too, joining the DEO now. I guess he's not going to have to explain to Kat that he's leaving. How is he going to be paid, which was a cool thing there and everything else. But he's fully on time to that. I liked him in Catco as well because he had more time to interact with Kara and Supergirl with the DEO, but we'll see how that is going forward. But for now, I'm fine with it. The sixth point I would say is the overall aesthetic of the show. So like I said in the beginning, it moved from LA to Vancouver. For the most part, it looked pretty much the same. A lot of that stuff in the background was video effects, visual effects in LA. It did look a little bit different, but pretty similar. You could tell a little bit more, obviously, in the daytime, but looked almost exactly identical. I'm not a video, effects artist or anyone who would notice things that are super, super, like minuscule, changes. So, doesn't bother me at all. Look great. Understand they have less of a budget. The flying looked good and everything else looked pretty much the same. The big change that I at least noticed, and let me know if you noticed this down below, is the heat vision effect. It definitely looks different. I kind of like it a little bit better here on the CW, but we'll see how that is going forward. Just kind of, it seemed like, they could go the full eyes, but it seemed like a little bit, it seems more full here in the effect they do. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'll just, I'll figure out a better way to describe it, and I'll say it in next week's video, but I did like that there. So, since I have to go here, overall, guys, that's my thoughts here on Season 2, Episode 1 of Supergirl, The Adventures of Supergirl. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I know that was a quick recap there, but I really have to go. Let me know what you liked about the episode, maybe things you didn't like about the episode, maybe kind of a Cara Jimmy thing or anything else. Were you excited to see? Obviously, I would assume if you're watching the show, you were excited to see Superman, but let me know your favorite moments of Superman here in this episode. Let me know them down below. Also, let me know, are you excited? Did you, you have any idea that John Corbin Metallo is going to be in this show? Let me know, any of that down below, and any other Easter eggs you caught, and any other thoughts you have in the episode down below. As always, do not let me, I don't watch the ending promo. I don't know any news. Obviously, I didn't know Metallo was going to be in the show. I don't know if that's something that was reported. Please avoid spoilers in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. If you have a major spoiler that I read in there, I'm just going to remove you. And I don't want to do that because, I love talking with you guys. So, give me any of your thoughts, dislikes, and likes. Let me know them down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends if you'd be so kind. And until next episode of Supergirl, guys, thanks for watching.